you had a partnership and an S Corp, you filed an extension for your personal taxes. You have until October 15th to get those done. And remember, the extension is for filing paperwork, not for paying taxes. So if you got a tax liability and you know it, you definitely want to send something to the IRS to reduce the penalties and interest, because that interest is compounding and added every single day. All right. So I will warn you now that I might be talking a little bit fast, because you know what? Your girl is on the clock. Okay. Let me get our intro out the way, and then we will get down with the content. Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady, where I help home business owners win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish. And when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. So one of the things that I told you on Fridays, we're going to do kind of these tax horror stories. And this came across my desk this morning. Real Housewives cast member Brynee, I don't even know how to pronounce her name, y'all. That's really bad, but I think it's Brittney Baylor. She has been sentenced to 2 years in prison for a $2 million investment fraud scheme and failure to file a tax return. So now, I am not a connoisseur of the Real Housewives franchise, okay? I would just tell you that after Real Housewives of Atlanta, I was done. All these other New Jersey, Potomac, all that, whatever. It's just a whole bunch of drama to me. But anywho, so this particular cast member was on season 1, from what I understand, and she was a friend of one of the actual cast members. And from what reports said, she pretty much inserted herself enough into the filming that she was like an extra, right? An extra housewife. But what happened with this is that, according to reports, she was a part of this scheme where her and another guy, Frank Pavlico III, now he committed suicide back in 2012. So she is essentially left to bear this on her own. But what they did is they came up with some scheme that promised would-be investors 250% return on investment within just 90 days. But instead, what prosecutors say is they took all that money and they put it into personal accounts, and Baylor helped this Frank Pavlico make off with the money, including a $75,000 transfer to a Jaguar dealership, okay? So she did not help herself, because she allegedly continued to lie to the SEC. Also, even before this, you guys, in 2013, she was ordered to pay $3 million from another SEC investigation, and she was an attorney. She was disbarred in 2015. And so now with this case, she's been sentenced to 25 months in prison for conspiracy and securities fraud. Now, remember, conspiracy is when it's 2 or more people that work together to do some dirt. That's what conspiracy is. Okay. So it's not hard to get a conspiracy thing going on. All right. So 25 months for conspiracy and securities fraud, and 1 year of prison for her other fraud convictions and for failure to file a tax return and pay taxes. 3 years of supervised release and restitution to her victims of $2.2 million. Now, she did not file this tax return in 2010, and she's just now getting convicted in 2019. Keep trying to tell y'all, there's no statute of limitations. So in May, she was convicted of 1 count of conspiracy to commit securities fraud, 1 count of securities fraud, and 5 counts of first-degree fraud under the DC law. And she pleaded guilty to 1 count of willfully failing to file a 2010 individual tax return and to pay taxes. So now that 2010 tax return that she did not file, I hope she has since filed that return. But whatever she owed in 2010 is going to have penalties and interest from the time the return was due all the way up until she's going to jail for 2 years. That's going to still be it's going to still be collecting penalties and interest. Okay. So So yeah, so this is just some mess. All right. So the evidence showed that in 2010 and 2011, Baylor caused more than $2 million in investor funds to pass through this Baylor and Jackson Lawyer Trust Fund. But then, you know, then they stole this money. Okay, like seriously, they stole this money. All right. So that's the deal, you guys. Like, I keep trying to tell you, and I share these stories with you because people think that because the time passes that you won't get caught. Listen, only thing that's going to do is when you do get caught is going to make the penalties and interest bigger. The fact that she got 2 years is a blessing because she could have gone to jail for up to 20 years. All right. So, and you know, I think the fact that, you know, based on these reports that she lied during the investigation. Listen, when you get caught and these people are asking you something, and you got to tell the truth. Like if you're busted, you got to tell the truth, because if you don't, then that perjury is a felony. Okay, like I need for you to get that. So that only compounds things, because it's kind of like, you know, I laugh, but you think about when your mom asks you where you were or what you did, and you have that conversation in your head asking, do I tell the truth or do I tell the lie? But you know, as you become an adult, when you're the mom, that your mama did not ask you questions that she didn't already know the answers to. She just wanted to know if you were going to tell the truth. This is what happens in these types of investigations, because they're going to find out. So if you're not truthful up front, your lie is only going to make it worse. Okay, seriously. So it's sad that this kind of stuff continues to happen, especially when you're dealing with attorneys. See, people like attorneys, CPAs, enrolled agents and stuff, we have an increased level of responsibility to the public because people come to us for our expertise and look for us to operate within integrity, unless you really trying to do something shady and you want to find somebody that's going to help you do something shady. But for the most part, you know, we are, you know, people look to us to be professional and ethical and all of these things. And so when we use that expertise to then dupe people and rob people and steal from people, it impairs the trust of our whole entire industry. This is why people feel like, you know, the public feels like they don't know who they can trust. And it's really sad. But just know that the majority of attorneys and enrolled agents and CPAs and tax professionals and stuff, the majority are good people. It's just that you get these people that just steal from others, and it just puts a black eye on the whole industry. That's all I'm saying. So, yep, girlfriend's going to jail, and again, the tax part does not go away. I told you, taxes is black and white. You either filed the taxes or you didn't. You either paid the taxes or you didn't. It's very simple. That's how these types of cases wind up getting prosecuted, because if they can't really prove you did the other stuff, oh, this paper is going to rat you out. Okay, because even if you steal money, you still are required to report it on your taxes. Okay, that's the thing. If you steal money, if you steal property, all that, if you do that, then you are required to report that money, even if you stole it. I know that sounds crazy, but it's the truth. So there you go. So, all right. So listen, thank you guys so much. And I was asked the question, am I a CPA? No, I am not a CPA. I am an enrolled agent. CPAs are America's accounting experts. Enrolled agents are America's tax experts. All right. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish, and you can come right here to get your questions answered about your home business taxes. All right. Have a great day, and I will see you all next time. Bye.